positions already.
NRG will oftentimes take into the defender spawn on their attack in the post plant, like they're doing now.
Here comes the fight. They deal with Cryo. Lots of space gained for 100 Thieves, but in comes the retake. 100 Thieves trying to work their way out of sand, but NRG's taking the fight to them. Maybe a bit too far. Evens to a 2-on-2.
I must wait.
Finesse on site. And his buddy low. And with the crossfire.
Player standing.
But Finesse is gone, and now Som. A tough task. Xander's holding on to the angle. Swing in, and Som's down. 100 Thieves somehow pull out the pistol.
I genuinely, and especially with the slower pace that NRG usually go for on their attacking side, I think Cryo's going to be a big issue for them.
This runs a little quicker. Mata sends in alone, and in comes the flank from 100 Thieves. These are the kind of rounds you expect from a team playing on the Neon, mid-air with the classic, and Finesse adds up the stats a bit, but won't be able to do. Barely jumps out of harm's way. They're going to lose the sight in the process. Xander, pretty isolated up here in heaven, trying to deal with a lot of angles. In comes his support from Asuna, but he's not long, and in no way a help to Xander, who has even more util in his face. Finally, he'll die, and now this retake is difficult.
Yeah, might need to start thinking about a save here. Keep that up alive. Cryo's still just on 2 HP, but there are a couple players tucked back into slant.
Flash gets them out.
Whoa,
He
whoa.
spots one. It should have been a free kill, but Brock covers his teammates back, and I think now 100 Thieves are going to call the save.
Yeah, Boosty will go in there for a few more kills on the way.
Sends himself forward. Mata protects well. Both players stunned. Asuna has to isolate this fight, and he does it. But through the smoke, Brock, he manages to reply.
And all this time, Finesse has been hanging out over in Underpass on the B side, hearing for rotations, but he didn't hear anyone leave the site. And now they're going into this operator. Brutal.
It's easy. Cryo farms up two.
Spike down B.
And that's the round. Finesse, a 1v4. Spike not in his hands. Should get a kill onto Boostio. Surely gets the kill onto Boostio. A 1v1 everyone was waiting for, and maybe goes the way some for Cryo to try and work through this utility.
Yeah, really weird force down from NRG here. Ethan down to nothing, Finesse too.
This is really quick. Rocket's already into the site. Goodbye, Cryo. Mata once more. Knows there's a player stuck in north side, and Xander has created a little home, a bubble to find himself within, but there are enemies at the gate, and he's got to deal with it. Stinger's too fast, no adjustment, and the rest of the team for 100 Thieves starts to finally arrive on the scene. As NRG, they look somewhere else.
Yeah, NRG are just leaving, right? As soon as that Armageddon comes down, they realize north side is open, although Asuna is still on the hunt.
Oh, slide ready, spots out one, and Brock. Great crosshair placement.
They're gonna...
Boostio sticking around, still yet to show his hand. And EU creeping in Asuna.
Enemy remaining.
And Mata has that corner held. Now just Boosty showing his cards, but getting some kills. A 1-on-2 now, but the time is low. Ethan has a stun, Mata a nade, and that's that. NRG close out the post plant. Rolling Thunder online, and you hear fight in. Out comes the finger guns for Asuna, but not really finding anyone. It's Xander instead going big damage. And trades coming back in from
A main, so NRG have a lot of pressure on them to go back in, reclaim the spike, hunt for a little bit more.
Finesse, spotted out by the player in heaven, Boostio. That's one. Thanks to his teammate, and realizes here's the sound, but Mata, too good for it.
Full sprint at you, look.
They'll pivot the util towards B main instead. NRG might just want to call a cancel now, but actually through the smoke. Som gets one on the spam, happy
Be hit instead.
when you're playing against a Neon. Fast rotates. She'll almost always be on the scene. Here comes the execute. Asuna, I mean, talk of speed.
What?
He's bounding forward, still alive, as his team lights up the scoreboard with Sheriff shots, but they need more still. EU with the recovered gun, can't stand against Finesse. And a 1v2. Another shot for Cryo and a freebie. He knows where the last man is. Needs to find this shot, but swings.
This flank.
NRG are already kind of encircled. Have to make a choice quickly because pressure's coming in. There's the fight. Cryo takes the first Finesse. Stuck in a horrible position with Asuna sliding into his face.
And yet still...
Yet to consider Asuna. When does he choose to strike? Rocket actually nearly finds its mark. In goes Asuna. Slide onto the planter. Trying to adjust the aim, but Mata, they are in time with the protection.
100 Thieves waiting now. Double flank coming in and baiting with the open door. Puts NRG in completely isolated positions.
Brock up top. Too many angles for him. And so the rookie's in the clutch. The ult at his feet has to go on the run! And he almost finds that second player. Xander, the safe hands for 100 Thieves.
For NRG, putting the Tejo solo on the north side. Usually there's more players behind that.
Hello, Ethan. Asuna has a tasty target. The adjustment was good, but Ethan. And here comes the fight from NRG. Pushing forward into main. Stun from Brock, not connecting. Swing wide from the 100 Thieves. And they're gonna keep this one rolling. Keep heading their way up through main. It's Cryo. Deals with players on the other side, and it's just overwhelming. On the read, he's gonna slow down either. Here's the fight towards A main. The Neon slides in, and the smoke keeps him off for now. Mata through. Another smoke. That's onto EU. Who's gonna come out on top? Asuna stunned in the face and backing away finally, but the reposition from Mata expected. And now the Sheriffs ring out for another. It slows down.
Exactly where.
Cypher ult use, swing in with the ultimate. That'll force one man out onto the island. And it's a 2-on-2. Another standoff for Xander. Stepping up in another round. 1v1 against Sam. Cryo, he's gonna be late to arrive and help his teammate. But through the smoke he goes. All posted on the angle, and 100 Thieves win it out.
Concern?
Seen this start around a lot from NRG. The 3-2 split towards B. It's another fight right at the start. And again, it's Xander. This guy's taken over.
The opening fights have just been a mess for NRG. 100 Thieves have talked a lot as a team about how they love to play scrappy, how they love to go for these brawls. It's been working.
Cryo's holding this with an up. Surely he's ready. Surely
smoke.
he wins this against Finesse. That's one from Sam. Maybe that pulls attention. The Chamber's not looking at the flank. Cryo turns back to Jack. Finesse doesn't get it. And now this becomes all the more challenging for Sam.
What, you don't believe in 5 HP in a dream?
30 seconds
Not
left.
really. He's walking into the operator, Cryo. He misses the first shot. But only needs one bullet with the headhunter, and he'll get it. In B main, Asuna slides forward. Stun in, Mata stuck in the smoke, the ultimate. It's the best weapon in that position as 100 Thieves 3 for 1 on the trade.
And again, that's the spike, the only potential wrinkle. Ethan in underpass, but with the jump swings around, 1 for 1 is the best he can do. That wraps up the half 8.
Played, it was a 2-1 victory for NRG. That was all the way back at the start of kickoff. As Asuna, oh
no.
my god. Mata's dead. Off spam through the smoke, and 100 Thieves, they're not going to slow this tempo. They
Look
keep
at
it
Xander
going.
go! Been in a bit quicker than you'd expect towards main.
You ready for it, though? He's good on that angle. Goes 1 for 1, and they'll be happy enough about that trade. Still util online for the post plant, and still an isolated 2v1 that they clean up. 100 Thieves facing Finesse in the 1v3. I think Boostio might want to step into the ring against this man. And he's able to get one.
Problem is now Boostio going on a walk into sand is going to realize Finesse 100% went into main. Now how do you play the defuse here with the spike out in the open and no information?
He's got one cage, but he does not have time. Xander ready. Does enough to dissuade the defuse and win the pistol for 100 Thieves. 0 for 4 last night in their pistol round win, right? 2-0 to start this series.
Flank on the south side, Zoe.
EU should hold this. He's stunned, low, and dead, but Cryo's arrived. Should be able to protect here. Nice shots on the Guardian. Asuna's gonna get one kill.
Gotta go.
And 100 Thieves will just group up together and start to exit their way through spawn, winning every fight in the process. I should drop one more gun there, so something. But Asuna wants to fight through spawn. Sam, ooh, the timing could be perfect for Asuna. He's walking all the way through, and he's clean with the first bullet slide. The movement, it's too good, but his teammates have to do the job now. Stuns up, Brock gets one more, and that might be enough to keep NRG in this round. They've cut it down to 1. EU stuck in the corner, and Mata, it's good out of him. NRG, it got dicey for a moment there.
Yeah,
they pulled through.
100 Thieves tried to get a little crafty with it. Couple players walking into spawn, but NRG to turn around, give up the A main space.
Love the reposition from Ethan. Tucks onto the site. Rocket popped Asuna. He's already off of the entry, and no one was there to follow him up. Only these players in main who are coming late and damaged by the rocket Mata. He wants to follow through. Walks out of the smoke and deeper into main. No one's watching the timing. It's too good, but he doesn't expect Xander. Brock with him. It'll be a 3v2 in main. Contact main, triple swing, 100 Thieves.
Down A.
Shows some confidence, but he's already spotted. Missiles flying in. Finesse just runs straight into Xander's bullet. Psalm walking deep around this smoke. Does he go into it? He does, but 100 Thieves, they're prepared, and down goes the game on the line. And they're stalled out again. Brimstone, orbital strike, buys time, and Boostio cuts them down to 1. Brock knows there's no hope. It's just a stinger. He'll face Boosty, but he's not gonna escape with his life. 12-5. Whatever part of the map they want.
Except maybe this time, Mata is all the way up.
But this counter stuns and oh, he whiffs! Xander, too good for it. Thankfully, NRG did trade this one back even, but they're not gonna be able to get those guns.
NRG have fully rotated. 4 players on this side of the map.
I mean, it's just a 4v4. Get ready for a battle. Ethan, jumping, dies for it. Goodbye, NRG. 100 Thieves cut them down to the IGL again. Xander doesn't check, but the trade is in. 13-5. Or is it?
Or are they?
They might just call all the way back in day
Back and forth, back and forth.
Where do we want to finish? That makes it a little more difficult, losing Cryo to Mata.
Fault lane and 2 flashes. He can support very quickly off of Mata here.
Mata, nice shot for 1. Couldn't quite wrangle it for a second kill. Brock on the site, alone for the moment. Finally, support floods in, but he's getting tagged up every which way. Stuck out in the open, reloading. It's a tough spot. And 100 Thieves, they're rallying back. They're taking this site. That's unless Ethan can do anything about it. And he does. A lot.
To get a free plant for this.
There's already players flooded in. 2 in backside from NRG. Don't want to let this plant go down, and it's not happening today. NRG holds strong on the site. Finesse farms up 4th. 5 assists.
Setup.
It's so weird. Mata is already in their spawn, jumping the trip. Boostio should have heard that. Turn around. Xander does in time, and I mean, there's already a man down. They know A is going to be all but open.
I mean, look, 100 Thieves are not going to expect the Cypher full setup on A behind where his jet full pushed through.
And that should be a free kill. Oh my god, he's jumping every which way. Not enough bullets. Somebody shoot him. Boostio finally gets his gun in play. But that's allowed time for players to get out backside. More jumping, more chaos. Ethan needs a new gun. How's this a 1v1?
Spike planted.
Finesse on the flank to win the bonus round against EU, who's stalked towards hell. The stinger on the swing, and EU won't let it slip away.
Yeah, look at the C site, though. It is a full retake again for NRG. Psalm, the only guy that's even remotely close.
Oh, good spam from Psalm.
Wow.
Cryo in mid. Locks it down for 1 kill onto Finesse, and now he'll run to the rest of the team.
Boostio still stalled out by some missiles before getting a spike on the ground. So now it becomes a walk up from Xander.
He was so good map 1. Trying to do it here again. Forward Hunter's Fury. Xander follows it up well. And the flank comes in from Cryo. 100 Thieves locking this one down well. Psalm is trapped.
Yeah, it's
Just
all
a
on
TP
him
to get
too.
out. And a 1v1 against Boostio. He wins that. And now a chance. Mata's arriving on the flank. Darted up. Needs this kill on the player tucked in the cubby. Mata too early on the shot. Now a re-rack. Psalm gets more. And NRG! They brought it all the way back that round.
On the anti-eco.
Go for a little walk into mid. Hello, Asuna. Okay, Neon movement. Not enough to keep him alive there.
Looks a little bit silly, but at the end of the day, you get your kills. Honestly, that to me feels like a bit of a throwaway round for NRG. Nice shot from Psalm, picking up the op this round.
Cage triggered.
But NRG don't play so active like that. I think just, again, trying to throw that look into the mix on a round they're expecting to win anyways.
Mata, just under the stun target.
Down C.
And this one has been very well handled by NRG. They let Busio have one gun. Give me the 1v1. Come on, let them fight. Come on, Finesse. Swing into him. You know you want to. It's a dink. Finesse. He wins it.
It's an honest 1v1.
Eventually, he'll get the plant down safely.
Is this just a map that Psalm wills NRG to win?
Here.
It's looking possible. This one's going to be tough, though. Asuna and Busio. Control of Garage is theirs. In goes Brock. 1v1. Cryo, shields gone, and Brock. Okay. Find success in the ult. We're back into this fight. And back into the chaos. NRG, they're good in these positions. Brock and Ethan mop up. Paranoia. Good stall. Cryo. Oh, he's walking into a trip. Spots it in the nick of time. Finesse. Good reposition, but Cryo too prepared. And now Psalm down as well. The missile somehow finding a kill as NRG reclaims space. They have a foothold in this site, but the fight is continuing. And Brock, heroic, puts it down to Xander. A good timing onto one, but the shorty from...
Ooh, there's an angle for the Garage players to creep in, but unfortunately for those players, there is a trip up in window.
Cryo picked off by Mata. He was patient on that angle. Might have another chance. No, it's Xander. Okay. Good job from him. Now Finesse facing them in the corner, wrangling the spray. Two's good enough in that position as the shorty finishes up the job, and NRG feeling happy with this anti-eco.
Very nicely done out of them. He's on the shoreline to Garage.
Oh, Busio's in trouble. How does he get that kill? Busio! Oh my god! Trying to make do on his words. 2 kills. And Mata, a desperate play into mid. Is that barrel seen? Not quite. Cryo waiting, and he knows.
No chance. Just a really good C-contain angle. Made that round really impossible for NRG to win once they lost those guys.
Xander for his second on the round.
Okay.
As Psalm steps forward, trying to catch onto this Garage clear that 100 Thieves have done many times before, and it's good to trade on out. Asuna got through it and tucks into a bit of safety in this corner.
But check out Mata boosting up into window. Asuna's between 3 different NRG players right now. Make that 4. He's just inside the Matrix, and Mata's inside 100 Thieves' walls. This round looks almost impossible for 100 Thieves. They're definitely not getting back into mid. They're not getting back in it either.
He's here with a stun, double flash. Brock will send missiles. I don't think he's going to get that plant down. Unless
so you're telling me there's a chance.
That's one. The player towards Gong saves the day.
Not going to happen.
The first one.
Mata's playing de-escalation from Op to Odin, now to a Vandal.
Oh, he's going further down. Gets stolen away. Asuna, he's going to have that kill no matter what. Cryo, though. He'll get it himself and put an advantage for 100 Thieves. The ult gets canceled, and they don't have C.
They're going to go back into A, though. Check this out. Busio stepped all the way into the A space. And actually, Psalm is ulting. He's sticking that?
And Busio's not looking.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this, Mimi.
It's Psalm and Finesse in a 2-on-4.
I've got a real bad feeling
No
about this.
one's looking at Psalm. Someone has to check this. Someone has to be thorough. Psalm! Oh, could have had something there.
All good. 1 for 1, no problem for 100 Thieves.
Oh, and they hear Finesse stomping and spawn. Should I say it?
No.
Okay.
Although it was.
It was.
It's over into the cam vision.
Look at Asuna, already out on this site. Nope, he's gone. Back into the smoke he goes. The missile's not actually the thing that kills Mata. It's Asuna coming back in from a new angle, a new approach, and 100 Thieves see sight. It's theirs.
That is brutal. Busio had left a tripwire over on the C side. And just completely stuffed NRG's hits. I hope for our eardrum's sakes that he can figure it out.
He can lock in.
Oh dear, this round is not going to look good at all for NRG though. Yeah, 3-piece for Xander. No.
Mata will bide his time. Asuna finds safety within his teammate Smoke.
Mata slipped into B.
Yeah, they've already flooded through. NRG have to win out this fight if they want that lurk to mean something. And Asuna shutting down. Finally, the arrival of Mata, but there's no fanfare. It's just a shutdown from Cryo and 100 Thieves. This is their bonus round 1.
I mean, that lurk is just too obvious. 100 Thieves can hold for it easily, right? NRG are hitting a site and the Jet is nowhere to be found. No fooling them. If they don't, you run into spots like that.
Lucio anchoring C. What can he do? That's one on Mata. Wins out the opener. And now, team arriving yet again. 100 Thieves are so good on these floods, but there's still danger because the Stingers, they've arrived on the site. Now an advantage towards NRG, and guns down backside.
Awesome, and gets a couple there. What is going on? Now it's a one-on-one, but Brock's down to 8 HP. Pinged out as well. The approach from EU will secure things for 100 Thieves and even up the score.
It was a nice approach there, having the Omen TP out behind the box backside. We'll have 2 players resting on the embed instead.
End up calling off that play when they didn't get any info over towards A, I think.
Mata in garage. Okay, nice shot from Xander. The duelist is down. No one was there with him.
This is problematic for NRG, although Finesse gets them right back into it.
For now. No, they'll use it towards him. You gotta get out of your camp.
Huge flank quickly.
Running, trying to get his way out. He dies to the ultimate, and the flank's now here. Xander and Asuna need to check on Finesse, because he's got a great corner, a great timing for a kill onto Asuna. Spike knocked down. Xander! Where's that come from? 4 kills.
10 seconds,
What's
maybe?
his ace? Finesse.
He's lost the
got no
round.
hope. And it's just a question of when. 100 Thieves. Oof. They need something here. And that's a good start. Finesse opens around onto Cryo.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds. Finesse finds a...
What is going on? Neon moment.
And it's a 1-for-1, okay. EU's breaking his ankles, dropping down, getting droned out. Psalm's finding a pick over on C.
Perfect position for Brock. Trigger discipline. Should be an easy 2. He's waiting. Whiffing a little, but still makes it work.
All good. Win's a win. We're back.
And 3 angles of approach for 100 Thieves. Rolling Thunder to fight towards Link. That'll buy some space, some time for NRG as this retake starts to come in and 100 Thieves start to find success. Unless Mata can do it himself. Shuts down onto 3. Puts EU in the clutch, and there's just not time for this. The clock will expire, and NRG will win their post plant.
That's a big round. Man, Ethan's down to 9.
Okay, Asuna. Wow. Just puts Finesse.
30 seconds left.
No flank this time for 100 Thieves. And
oh, no.
Where did that kill come
Garage.
from? Through the wall. Ethan's low. Hello, Asuna. In his face. Cryo's shield saves him, but not for another kill. Shots wide. And NRG bouncing back. Ew!
By Asuna. We'll still try to challenge back in A. That's a lot of utility to can't claim this angle. Good shots from Mata to follow through.
Is EU gonna step up and challenge?
Yes.
He wants to.
Yes.
Mata's on the close corner. EU. Well, that's a lot of players ahead of him. He's stuck in by this ultimate, but he's got the help of Cryo, who's the hero.
B to C Link that they're worried about now.
Lucio spots him towards long. Ooh, I didn't expect Psalm that wide. And that's brought advantage back to NRG.
For sure. At least now for 100 Thieves, they know the Omen isn't in their walls. Cryo has the ultimate, if it comes down to it.
Cryo very alone.
Last player standing.
And now he's dead. Xander's just gonna save this.
NRG are taking their time. But again, in this mid-round, a few times in a row, NRG have guessed correctly. Good spam. And again, proceeding to rotate over. Expecting 100 Thieves to be leaning into A. Now there's no tripwire anymore, speeding to C.
100 Thieves is pretty quick on this flood. They'll be arriving at just the same time. Asuna procs his ultimate. Stuns going every which way. It's chaos on the site. But Sander! 4 kills! Shuts!
Asuna tucked away in the corner. But Mata has an inkling. Has an idea, but he's not good enough to get that kill on the approach. In play, 100 Thieves are still looking to aggro back into short.
NRG walk up. Cryo caught with the shield in hand by Sam, but Asuna in short catches the timing of his own. It's Sander arriving on the scene, the hero of last round, trying to alleviate the pressure from Asuna.
It's so uncomfortable though. Asuna's in your walls. NRG have the sight, but where's Boostio? Haven't seen Xander in a second either.
Finesse tucks into a corner. It needs to be more than one, and done the timing. Ethan looks away. Finesse wins it against Boostio. Now a 1-on-2, and Asuna holds the line.
So aggro over here, and Finesse is stunned up inside of the cage. How is he taking this timing? That's ridiculous, but he doesn't get the opener.
His team wants to use it. Gets a grab onto the Teo. A 1v1 against Brock. Shield gone. Brock can't do it again. And it's a 5-on-3 now. NRG trying to keep their stage alive, but Asuna, he's on the spike, he's defusing. They're not letting go. NRG barely stop it, and now Mata 1v4 facing the music, and he can't stand. 100 Thieves 2-0 deny NRG their